In the mix with DJ CVM.
You thought that it would be okay at first. The situation could be saved, of course, but they'd already picked out your grave and hers. Beware the wrath of mass crusaders. Did your girl boss too close to the sun? Did they get you having far too much fun? Come with me when they see us, they'll run. Something wicked this way comes. Good thing I like my friends canceled. I like them cooked in Gucci and in scandal. Like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers. Welcome to my underworld where it gets quite dark. At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars. Let's all just off her. Did you make a joke only a man could? Were you just too smug for your own good? Or bring a tiny violin to a night fight? Baby, that all ends tonight. Good thing I like my friends canceled. I like them cooked in Gucci and in scandal. Like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers. Welcome to my underworld, it'll break your heart. At least you know exactly who your friends are. We're the ones with matching scars.
Exactly who you're Starting up here in just 2 minutes. Hype it up, fam. Bitcoin is moving. Gold and silver making moves as well. We're going to take a look at the market. Hit that like button, subscribe, lock it in. The spice is real. 2 minutes. Ooh. All right, here we are. Here we go. Let me know how the volume is of the music. Over my voice, Bitcoin finally moving. I feel like maybe I'm dreaming, guys. Make sure that we're not just dreaming right now. I know you dream of this channel often. Make sure we're not dreaming. Bitcoin at 73,000. A price not seen since February 1st. I don't know. About a month. This is good. This is good. I will say, not unexpected on our part. We were looking for the upside move here. We have some updates for sure. The mirrored upside down fractal playing out. We went over that last week. Here we are. This is spicy. We got some spice going on. There's other moves in the markets as well. We're going to cover gold, silver, stocks, dollar. What was it? Cloudflare, something you guys are talking about. We'll take a look. But right now, Bitcoin in this moment is pumping. So I need you guys to hit the like button, subscribe, share out the stream, hype it up. It seems at the moment, if you are not talking about the war in Iran, you're not getting on YouTube's recommended list. No room for markets right now. So help us get in that algorithm. Vote in the poll, share it out, like, subscribe. You know the deal. We did a poll, 2 days ago? Or even all week last week and 2 days ago. What asset is going to do the best in March? And I'm pretty sure we were leaning gold, silver, maybe even stocks in the previous polls. That may be changing up here. Bitcoin showing strength, breaking higher in real time. Now at 73.2, putting on $200 even since I started talking. Maybe the poll will be different. Let me know. Honest opinions only. Crypto seems to like war. Yeah. You know, it's never been afraid of a good conflict. There actually were years past where people said, or it was kind of like common knowledge, I guess, or rule of thumb was that crypto usually did well with global conflicts. Not worth the trade, but hey, we'll take it. CME. These CME gaps may be finally coming into play here. About 79,000, upwards of 84,000. We have the CME gap that's waiting to be filled. Probably a decent spot to look for a head short, especially if we make up this ground in one move. I think that will age well. But let's look at the more immediate upside target. So we were following this spooky fractal of 2022 into the bear market. Wow, Bean, stop barking. Must be a mailman. We were following this fractal and things were looking really scary. We really closely were mirroring the price action, and that was suggesting another leg down. However, over the last few days, we saw a divergence from this pattern. Instead of, you can kind of barely see it here, breaking high out of our bear flag, failing and dropping lower, we noticed that Bitcoin was potentially flipping the script here. We actually broke down out of the bear flag, and we did hold that low. We were talking about that on Friday. The low held, and now we're moving back up, and all of a sudden, this is looking almost exactly like price action is right now. This would put us somewhere 74, 75, upwards, maybe even 80,000. That low 80,000 fill. Looking to the left, we do have a nice order block of resistance coming in right about there, right about at that high. This is looking pretty good here. Looking very good. This is cool that it played out. Let's look at the month. Where are we in the month? Finally green. I'm not even sure I recognize you right now, Bitcoin, in your green clothing. I thought you didn't wear green anymore. What's up, Gonzalo Hernandez? What's up, brother? First subscriber of the stream. Salute you. Be like Gonzalo. Jump in this crew. For those of you tuning in, we're going over Bitcoin because it's moving right now, looking to continue this breakout. We're going to look at other charts like gold, silver, and other things. But let me even start up here. Wow. My house is sweltering. Still haven't found a house to move into by April 1st. I'll get into that later. Not enough time now. Green candle on the month. 66, 67,000. We saw March open and now moving back towards some decent confluence here. Back towards last month's open, sitting at about 78.6. Seems to be a lot of reason, a lot of liquidity in this area. I would say like 78 to 84,000. This is looking like a juicy level. Let's throw our fib on here as well. We'll take January's high down to last month's low. Our 618 sits about right there at 83,000. That's looking good. Mind you, though, as exciting and awesome as this is, 84,000 doesn't really get us anywhere in the bigger picture. Bitcoin's still struggling down at these lows. It really will take a kind of God candle miracle move to get us out of this shit. Hate to say it, but we're starting it right now, potentially. Here we go, 73,400. Bitcoin pushing new highs as I speak. It's loving whatever I'm talking about. I'm so distracted, I'm not even sure what I'm talking about at the moment. 73.4 and pushing 75. Let's see what those numbers look like up here. What do we got? Was it 79? Okay. To 74.6. Let's put these up here. 74.6. We'll try to find some confluence or something for this as well. Throw it up here. Whew. Why is it so damn hot? My house cannot, you just can't stay at temperature. It's either sweltering or it's freezing, and I prefer it freezing. Bring this back here. 84. Here we go. 84. 80. 84. All the way up here. Where is this trend line from? Let's see. Ooh, the magnet. Who was here for the magnet? The magnet is magneting. 84,000. That CME gap at today's price, right about at the descending high trend, all the way back from the all-time high. That is interesting. That is interesting. So maybe I'll go with this. If Bitcoin continues to rally today, which I believe it will, and it looks like it's not done yet, I would say 83, 84 is about as high as I would expect in a day. That's pushing it as well. But this descending trend line likely going to provide some resistance if we see that kind of move today. God, that would be welcomed, right? What's the catalyst? Why is it? What's happening? Who knows? The chart said so. We talked about the daily cross. Hell yeah. We talked about this on Monday. We hadn't gotten it yet on Bitcoin. We had it on Ethereum, giving us a little bit of an early warning sign. Boom. Cross locked in by the end of the day. Let's go. And now price heading up to the magnet. It's working. It's pulling price up. We see this fat, flat cloud above us on the day from Ichimoku. And when that appears and generates on the chart, it does typically become magnetic for price. We see very commonly price reverse either short-term or long-term and move towards these flat clouds. You can even kind of see this back here. Not the best example. Back in January, we had this fat cloud, nice and flat. Didn't quite get there, but similar idea. Similar concept here. That cloud, pulling it up. Again, this is not a super bullish signal from Ichimoku, unfortunately, though it is a cross up, which is a bullish signal. We are below the cloud still. What this is describing to us, in my opinion, in my analysis here, is that Bitcoin is looking to sweep liquidity roughly at the previous low from November, about 80,000. At that point, it is likely to encounter sellers and profit takers, panic sellers. However, if it can retake that level, we will see at least a medium-term reversal, right? We may see all of March be green. We may see some weeks of upside. This is basically the tipping point for, I'll say, this move to the downside. Retaking it according to Ichimoku is going to say we are back in an uptrend. As you can see, that has not been true since roughly October. We have been below the cloud and very little bounce, very little sign of recovery. This is not a bad move. Not a bad move at all. This is kind of similar, maybe back here. The cross up under the cloud got pushed through. That was back in April of 25. Oh, April. You seem like forever ago. All right, taking a pause. Pushing as high as 73.5 right now in real time. Oh my goodness, is it real? It's real. It's really real. I have no long positions open right now. I don't know about you guys. I don't think. If I do, they're not meaningful. They're not of size. Who here was long? If you were long, you're crazy. I'd believe some of you, to be honest. You'd have to be crazy to have been long at this point, and that's apparently what wins in this market, being crazy. Let's take a look at the week, continuing to push this candle up. Beautiful. Bullish engulf past 67, pushing up, and we can see on the weekly time frame there really isn't a defined point on this chart. We have a lot of inefficiency down throughout this move. 93.5 the yearly open, 24 maybe. Just red candles, inefficiency, just downward, period. RSI oversold. That hadn't happened since the last bear market bottom. We had talked about kind of these weird conflicting signals that time-wise we shouldn't be near the bottom, and even percent from the all-time high down, we still historically shouldn't be near the bottom. But a lot of these indicators kind of signaling in a confusing manner that the bottom would be close, or maybe something similar there. They weren't agreeing with these other factors. It is very nice to see a bounce from here. We aren't out of the woods by any means, but the week is shaping up. Momentum, there it is. There it is, rolling over. VWAP in the positive, and money flow looking to go right back to the zero line. This is a solid setup. Talking about on the week, there's really just inefficiency, so we'd probably look to the closes, 86.6, and again the wick down here at 80. Really, a lot of this can be filled in with very little effort, I'll say. Shit gets real up here in the 90s. This is where it gets very scary if we saw a rally this high and reversed. I'm not really sure what I want to see here. It feels as if any rally is just going to get faded, and maybe that means that we're going to see a real pump. Max pain. Which direction is max pain, up or down? I feel like I've said that through bear markets before, and I've been like, it's got to be up, and then it was just down, down, down. Still have not encountered the 200-week moving average, the 100, right about at that weekly support level. Now resistance to 87. 50 weekly up here at 98.8. I'm just trying to, I'm like divining in the cards right now, trying to find something. Where are we looking? Who's got some hopium? Dish it out. Where's the hopium? 87 is also the quarter or the yearly open. 88K. And a bit of exhaustion signals from sellers. I would agree that there is exhaustion in this market from sellers. Not that I don't think it can't go lower or something. It's simply, look at this. There hasn't been time for buyers to come in and kind of refill those bags. There has been drop, sideways drop. Everybody was basically looking to break down lower here. Not really that surprising that we see a move to the upside, I guess, from that. Everybody on the wrong side of the trade. Sellers definitely losing some steam. Man, 88K would be juicy. Max Payne 114. Not gonna lie, I mean that's what I think. Sharknado, you know that. You know I think 114 is Max Payne, but yeah, well, I don't know if I can hold my breath for 114. 114. Can you imagine 114 and then down? That would be just the most epic, terrible thing ever. I'll take 114 and then up. Let's just like continue that. Let's keep pushing that. Woke up with a bit of a headache. We're good. Hit the gym, had a terrible lift. You know how it goes. What's up, Zool? How you doing, man? Welcome, Zool. Be like Zool. Subscribe today. Subscribe today, everyone. Where are we looking? Bitcoin, man. Keep pumping. Can we just have like a pump stream where we just watch the green candles? We haven't had one of those. When was the last time we had like a pump stream where we watched Bitcoin rally? 2024, maybe. This is still looking fine. 2024, how sad. Little pullback here. I don't think this is over yet. Quite a welcome to change. We do have an hourly close. Seeing a little reversal. That's okay. Welcome change from what every day at dumping at 11 o'clock, pretty much all like clockwork, 10, 11 a.m. I will take it. Hold up, let me share this out. We got some viewers. You're tuned in. Curious, how many people found this through their homepage? Because I feel like this stream really was hard to find. Lots of people reporting that it was hard to find. Not on their homepage. Had to like search for it. Okay. Bitcoin taking a little bit of a breather here. I don't think it's done. What do you guys think? The 4-hour close. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. If it's going to do nothing for like 4 hours, it's going to do it starting 8 minutes ago. Zoomed out here. Oh yeah, the thumbnail. Let me cover this and then we'll jump into some other charts quick before we flip back to Bitcoin. On the thumbnail, this is the chart. And what we have here is a very classic textbook reversal pattern called an Adam and Eve. Here's the lesson time today. An Adam and Eve is a bottoming reversal pattern. Inverted Adam and Eve, topping reversal pattern. It can be characterized by two moves. The first move is the Adam. Adam, easy way to remember it, I guess, is think of an A. Adam. It's a sharp point. In this case, it's upside down. We have a V shape, a sharp downward recovery, followed by a slower, more rounded, less kind of volatile Eve pattern. And that's what we can see right here, this rounding low. Now, a lot of the time, books will say that these need to be double bottoms or equal lows. I disagree. I've seen this play out many times this way with the sharp Adam followed by the softening Eve. And maybe we should take the measured move target. Maybe we should use our fib tool. It's been so long since I've used a fib tool to the upside. Maybe we should use our fib tool to throw some numbers up. 74.3. These are in the realm of what we're looking for, but nothing super interesting or exciting. Taking the high of the move to the low of the Eve gives us 78. Right around. Resistance right here, that daily order block. These are good upside targets. Maybe I'll take some trades or place some trades today. I like these as shorts. If we do manage to move up to this 78, 76, even 80 area, 71.5, the broken resistance right here that we've smashed today. Could be played as a long. Could be played as a long. I wouldn't want to take this long, let's say today, if we sell off below there. Not the optimal play in my opinion. Let's say like this. Get a nice 2-to-1, something like that. Short. Depends how bearish you are. I feel like if you think this is just a false move and we're going to leg it down quickly, say into the end of March or even April, probably looking for like 78.5. I feel like the most bearish outcome here is that this rally doesn't even test November's low. That'd probably be the most bearish outcome. Let's say looking for a scalp. I think 74, 75. Let's say 74 back to 71. Could be played as a short for sure. And 77. I like the TP at 71.5. I like this. I like these. Maybe I'll play some in the stream. All right. Breather. I have a really tight notification set on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at some of these other charts. Now, gold and silver have been the most interesting charts for quite some time, and they are showing some serious weakness here. Some serial weakness. Gold hitting resistance and immediately reversing. Coming back down to 5,000 clean. Damn, below the entry for this long position. Take it easy. Take it easy. All right, yesterday's sell-off. Man, that probably would have been a good stream. I didn't realize... God, I have so much going on with this stupid house on. I didn't even realize that would have been a good stream, wouldn't it? People are probably freaking out. A little 4% down day for gold. While that is not what I was expecting. Honestly, I was thinking probably 5,200 would hold a support and maybe tag higher. This sell-off was absorbed largely. You can see our major resistance here that we broke was pierced through, but the day closing right there at 5,100, and now a little bit of green into this AM. Daily resistance 53.22. Let's see. Gold's still looking okay. That initial low time frame look was a little brutal, but this is still okay for now. Hold up, we gotta copy pasta this over. Get some of these oscillators here. Gold showing a little weakness on the day. Now I'm still incredibly bullish looking, but a little weakness here. I can kind of get a feel here. We see money flow moving up to higher highs. We see momentum hitting higher highs, RSI hitting higher highs. And here on this move, on this potential recovery from the sell-off, so far lower highs on a lot of this. RSI much lower, momentum much lower, and even money flow hitting lower highs here. That's not a great sign in general. Though gold is still nowhere near super in trouble. Back to the 20-day. This is a fine area to hold. In fact, I think a long could be taken from about the 5,100 zone. Now, I wouldn't want to remain in that long if price traded below 5,000 again. Period. If gold trades below 48.50, I probably would want to just be out of any long position I'm in. But still, so high above these moving averages, man. Like, this is really still very bullish price action. Remaining above the 20-day, hitting higher highs. You see many of these little sell-offs that bring it back to the average. That gets bid up, and it just moves higher and higher. My God. Unless gold reverses like this week and trades above Monday's high, if like gold doesn't trade above 5,400 this week, I think it becomes more likely that we're watching or seeing a accumulation, a longer period of sideways playing out here. We've seen this happen on gold a lot though. Like here in October, it took quite a bit of time, 63 days, 2 months, to break that all-time high again. This kind of sideways chop. This happened here in April of 25, 120 days. I think that at this point for gold, this is probably the bear outcome is that it just moves sideways for a while. Unless fundamentally the world changes again. Although, I mean, this is happening overnight every day, it seems, right? Like now, I don't know, we're at war or something. Or, who knows? Who knows? So I guess the fundamentals could change overnight again. But unless like really changes here in 26, gold does seem like a good bet. I was talking about things being uncertain at the beginning of the year, and that just keeps getting doubled down on. Geopolitics now in chaos. I don't even know if anyone knows what's happening at the moment. This is kind of wild. Gold showing some weakness, but man, I think that it's probably a fool's game to look to short this at this time. Back below its monthly open, 5,300. That's going to be a level to contend with. Let's put this on the chart, but I have a feeling that it's just going to have a lot of horizontals very close together now. 5,300. I did not expect that. Who saw that move coming? Anybody? Like, maybe 5,100 being tested, but I didn't think we'd see a break, and then so far this kind of does look like a failed recovery. Or maybe it just looks like, is this a fractal? Like this kind of idea. It fell, created a flat top, tested it, traded higher, fell back to that flat top. That's interesting because that's exactly what this is, right? Flat top, broke. Flat top broke, back tested, went higher, and now back to that same level. That's what we're seeing on the lower time frame. The resolution of this tiny time frame move might have implications on a bigger time frame, meaning if this breaks down below 5,000, maybe we are going to see gold retest these lows. I'm not going to put my money there. I don't think that's a strong bet yet. If it breaks up from here, maybe this recovery is still in play, still recovering. I think that makes a lot of sense. Now silver. Not looking good. It is kind of amazing how crappy silver has looked since the sell-off. It was so hot up to 122. This recovery I thought was weak. Finally looked like it was going to break out, and now right down, breaking its lows. And check this out. What was our low trend? I'll replace this because it is a little sloppy. Retesting the low trend as resistance, moving away from it. Momentum, a little saggy, failing to break highs. What do we got here, silver? The more time silver spends down here, like at its lows, the more this begins to look like a momentum leg. Like an ascending channel breakdown. Money flow trickling off on the 12-hour. $77.5 weekly support. Bearish engulfed last week already. What is going on with these markets? Why would silver and gold go down on, let's say, war? Let's say war, global war. Why would it move down? Where's the logic there? Bearish engulfed last month at 85.3. That's not a good look. That monthly close was so strong, but this is not a good look. Bitcoin, I noticed I didn't get any alerts from you. What are you doing? It's like the 4-hour close. You should have gone live earlier. Always. No, we're good. Not loving this low time frame look on the 1 minute. The 5 minute, not really loving that either. Money flow highs coming down. RSI bear div on the 5 minute. Not seeing higher highs despite price continuing. Not great. Same thing on the 10 minute. Looking a little better though as we go up. Money flow highs still expanding. But that divergence looming here on this move. How far out do we have to go to get rid of it? Maybe we can't. 20 minute, lower high. 25 minute, lower high. 30 minute, there we go. On the 30 minute, we finally get rid of that divergence. So these lower time frames are a little sluggish. As we approach the hour, I don't hate that. I don't hate it. It's not the best, but I don't hate it. Higher high. Out to the 45, higher high? No. Hourly is good, doesn't have that div. 2 hour, looking good. 2 hour rolling over still, potentially. Money flow lows came up, crossed the 0 line. 2 hour with a little bit of energy there. If I were just rolled over, God, keep going, Bitcoin. I want to pump. I want to dance and sing and be merry. This is kind of cool. On the 6 hour, we have seen money flow in the red since the beginning of January. That was expanding out until February 1st, and the lows then started receding. And just now, literally in the last 6 hours, into the green. This is the first attempt at upside price action on the 6 hour since almost the start of the year. It's like, check out randomly 10, kind of the same thing. Higher highs. 10 hour about to roll over. Interesting. We are on the cusp. This is the cusp of a larger upside move. Daily still kind of looks like crap. Where's the damn moon? The moon just changed, I guess? Okay. Moon, you have not been a great indicator. Guess the moon phased yesterday. Kind of crazy we haven't touched the 200-day yet. We lost the 200-day moving average in November, the start of November, and we still haven't touched it. We haven't come back. Even when we lost it, we didn't even like test it as resistance and then drop. That's why this sell-off has felt so sudden. Okay, come back down. All right, I've been just like watching the chart here. Let me pull up the chat. What do we got going on? War is stupid, agreed. You know, here's how, this is my opinion, right? If I'm ever the president, the presidente of the world, here's how I think war should work. If you support the war, whatever war it is, not even talking this one, but all war, if you support it, right, then you should be drafted. I bet a lot of people will not agree with war pretty quickly. I think that's it. Like, you're the people drafted, right? Go ahead. And if you're too old to be drafted, or whatever, then I don't think your opinion counts. I don't think your opinion counts on the war then. Like, yeah. I guess I'm too old to be drafted probably, but you know what I mean? It's like, how are people who don't have any skin in the game able to put these young people in danger? It seems crazy to me, but I know that's a crazy concept, guys. F war, I agree. Yeah, and we pay for it. It's crazy. Johnny Crypto is calling the bottom is in. The blood moon indicator. Okay. Bottom in forever. You know what would be like cool, guys? And I'm just like hopium, getting smoking bowls of that hopium. What if the bottom was in for real? What if it was in? Johnny's right. What if we just go back to all-time highs and this was all a fake out and the 4-year cycle is cooked and it's like doesn't matter at all. And we're up here to like 150K. You know why I think like the probability of that increased in my brain by like a few percents recently? Because I had a thought I've really never had recently, and it was, man, what if I just like sell some of my Bitcoin so I could buy a house? I never thought that before. I was never thought about it. I was like, yeah, the price is low and houses they've come down a little bit, they haven't come down a lot. I was like, I guess not. But I feel like that thought alone has summoned some extra bullishness. It was like, you almost sold? Okay. Moo dang. Bitcoin 2-week chart. What was it on the? It was the 3-day chart you were looking. Wait, Johnny, weren't you telling me about the 3-day death cross and how that was playing out? Didn't you say that? It's okay, man. I make a bunch of calls. That's how it is. A 3-day death cross. So far, not aging great. So far. Plenty of time. Don't get me wrong. Plenty of time to play out. 2-week chart. What are we looking at the 2-week? Just started it. That's interesting. On Coinbase, and Coinbase's history goes back to 2015. It's not the full chart. On Coinbase, RSI has never been oversold on the 2-week. However, Johnny, is this what you're going to talk about? Because this is cool. Look at this. This is the lowest RSI has ever been on the 2-week. Right here. Lower than the bear market bottom in 22. Lower than even the bear market bottom in 18. That's kind of cool. Check that out. It's the lowest it's ever been. That's what I was saying earlier is time-wise, price-wise, the bear market bottom doesn't line up if we're looking at a 4-year cycle, if we're looking at things should always happens, right? It should be around October, maybe not exactly, but around October of this year, and it should be, I don't know, anywhere from like 25 to like 30, 40K, right? Would be like in line with all the other bear markets, even probably with like a diminishing downside added in there. Roughly. But a lot of these signals, man, a lot of these things on the chart are like disagreeing. They're more progressed than I would expect at this point, especially if we're continuing down. Gold going to 6K. What's up, Bitcoin Bijan? How you doing, man? Gold going to 6K? I think so by the end of the year. I think by the end of the year it is. I wouldn't necessarily bet my house that it's going to go from right here to 6K. But I believe so. Gold still looks all right. The close above 5,100 has helped it out a lot. If you think about it, we placed this long at 51 back in the 27th, 24th of February. It did technically like tap it that day, but this is the first like real fill. Like that trade would have filled on any exchange, like on, anywhere. It might have not on this little wick on the 24th. Meaning this was the resistance that broke, and we were saying will turn into support for that move higher. So this may be the good entry, right? 51.50. You're not even that far from it. This bounce is not super convincing yet, but 5,100. This is like the first. I don't know. I want to say like real fill because you could have gone filled here, but you're pretty close to the long, and in fact, the long is actually in profit still. Gold, I think, looks good. Gold is not super cooked yet. Silver is the one that just keeps making me wonder, like, what's going to happen with it. It just like, maybe it's going to do a crypto thing, basically, like an altcoin. It'll look super weak. It'll just keep kind of getting beaten down, and then gold breaks all-time high and runs, and all of a sudden, silver just out of nowhere pumps. That's like a pretty crypto-y thing. Crypto price action. The gold-silver chart, retracing a little bit from the highs of this week of the last 2 days. I still think gold is rolling over against silver. I think that gold wants to revalue at least up here into the 80s, meaning like 1 ounce of gold is equal to 80 ounces of silver. It's currently at 61. So like 30%. So maybe gold moves like 30%, silver doesn't move, something like that. Gold SPX. SPX. Gold SPX. Looking for a monthly golden cross. Wow, this is actually something, man. Look at this descending trend. It's right there. Look at these moving averages. A little nudge from gold, and you can just see the craziest move against the stock market. This is a crazy chart. I know a lot of people look at it this way. Looking at it this way, it's like maybe like a giant head and shoulders. I think gold is alright. Bitcoin gold looks very interesting. Do I have that pulled up here? I was on the 2 week. I didn't even look at the 2 week. Why do I not have Bitcoin gold on this? I know I have. Maybe I stopped looking at it because it was so miserable. Felt so bad. So cap. No. What is up, boys? It's spicing. The spice is real. It's for real, real. Bitcoin versus gold. Honestly, looks a lot. It looks a lot. It looks a lot like just Bitcoin USD. Let me see. Let's get some. Yeah, let's get some extra decimals there. This doesn't really look like anything than on this chart, right? It's weird. It just like doesn't look like any of the previous price action. This is maybe another example of saying how time-wise, price-wise doesn't really feel like we're... Well, time-wise, price-wise, we're not close to what we would expect in a bear market, but there's all these other charts that are kind of signaling something else, like Bitcoin versus gold. Great example here as well. This one is absolutely signaling like the bottom is like we are closer to the bottom than we would expect, right? Previous bear market low at 887 or 890, maybe just call it 900, right? This has already hit 1200, and it's reasonable to not expect this to set a new low. It's reasonable to not think it's going to break the bear market low. Very reasonable. But it's so close already. Look at this. I never noticed this either. It's like a perfect double bottom almost. Bitcoin versus gold. Double bottomed in 18 to 2020. That's crazy that the precision there is so like perfect. I guess we could see a double bottom, right? Maybe that plays out just the way it did before, but that would suggest like we're really close to the low already. I don't know. What do we got? A little jump up, a little pump up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome to DJ 𝐂𝐕𝐢𝐴.
That's trippy. I don't even know what I'm looking at there. Okay. Where's just my normal 𝐒𝐴𝐬𝐿 cloud? I don't even have it on this. Cool. Slow breakout of the 20-day. This does look a lot like the dollar pair as well. Like, you know, it is more bearish than the dollar pair, but you have kind of a similar, you don't have an all-time high here, but you have that same kind of low in November, a leg down, maybe nothing. Nothing lines up. We're on too small of a time frame. Pick up memory stocks for RAM. lowest RSI. That's cool too. This is the lowest RSI on the monthly for the Bitcoin gold pair. We also saw the lowest RSI 2 week for Bitcoin against the dollar. This is wild. In 184 days, Bitcoin lost 66% of its value, 2/3 of its value against gold. If I were a betting man, which I am, even though other charts don't feel this way, this would be closer to a long than a short, right? You were down 2/3. You still might have more downside, but like I would be looking for a long here, not a short. The only scenario that I'd be looking for a short Bitcoin versus gold would be if we have like a monster rally, right? Something like this. Like maybe you could look for a short here, maybe here for the reversal. But I think shorting it here seems crazy. It would have played out the last 6, 7, 8 months, whatever. But like, man, that does not feel like the play to me. VVV still moving. Let's go. Hopefully I saved whoever was looking at 𝐂𝐴 the other day. $63.1. Microstrategy. This is interesting. So let's put this in our caps, fam. Microstrategy actually may have led some of this rally. Microstrategy broke its flat top high from February before Bitcoin and now is trading higher. Our 170 call, dude, this will be monster if this hits. Monstrous if this hits. But it did. We should keep that in like on our radar. It gave us like a few days head start. What was I looking at on the weekly? 2 week stock RSI. Thank you, Johnny. So the upside was having previous bottoms. You gotta be careful with stock RSI though. You do. Don't hate me, Johnny. I know I said that about the death cross. This isn't personal, but stock RSI is like, stock RSI is like exponential moving averages, R to moving averages. So is stock RSI to RSI. It's like the exponential version, meaning it is more reactive. What is this weird strategy? It's more reactive. It's faster moving, but that also opens it up to more, I'll say, false signals or bad signals. The reason being is intraday, like intra time period especially, you can see a move in one direction. And because it's exponential and the most recent data is so weighted, you can have kind of crosses that aren't valid or don't even remain valid throughout that time period. So like, you know, this week, 2 week candle closes down, this cross obviously won't be there. You can also see that while this is good, I mean, I like this. We want to see this reverse. And yes, every time this is dragged down, you're going to see the cross up before it moves up. It just has to happen. You can see that we also had this cross up on the 8th of December. That did not lead us to too much. I mean, we had some upside. Okay, that's good. I wasn't sure how much of an example this would be. We did have some upside here. That's 16%. That's nothing to shake a tail at, whatever that means. But it didn't really blast us off, right? In fact, here's another one. And you could use this as supporting evidence for your arguments to say, well, in 24, we had the same setup. We had a cross up that didn't play. And then we got a cross up that did bring us to higher highs. So there's a relevant example of it playing out recently. It does kind of seem in this short time period I've looked at that when we get a cross up that doesn't bring us to a new high or doesn't get us out of trouble, like here in 22, the next time that it did was a successful signal. That's interesting. I think the only time maybe that didn't happen is back here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4th time was the charm here. It's interesting, but you guys will notice that I don't typically use stock RSI often. I'm not a huge fan of it. I do a video on it, And I do believe that there is a strategy that can be played with Stoch RSI, but it's very trend dependent. So if we were here, right, during this clear uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, any cross up on Stoch is probably going to be a good signal for a long. The issue that I think Stoch runs into is when the trend changes, it still kind of fires off these signals that don't play. So now that we have failed a high, I'll say this happened, here when we broke down. Now that we failed a high, this Stoch might be a better signal for shorting. Right here, January 19th, it crossed back down. Bam, there it is, right? Until our trend reverses, until we have higher highs and higher lows, Stoch is probably going to be more useful for looking for shorts than it is for longs. Stoch is really not good at trend reversal marking. It's really good at continuation, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. Other people probably see it differently. It's really good at continuation. So if you're in a downtrend, good at pinning downward moves. Uptrend, good at pinning upward moves. But I don't think, let's say in a downtrend, it's good at picking upward moves, or in an uptrend, good at picking downward moves. There you go. I'm sure there's more stuff on the 2 week though. This is a good time frame. Get here. This is an interesting playlist. Damn, cross down. That's kind of cool. At the bottom of the cloud, I don't like this pinching here on the 2 week. It looks like it's going to twist. Though last time it twisted. See, here's another weird example of charts, in my analysis, in my opinion, describing like price either bottoming or close to bottoming. Like here on the 2 week, right? You can see this beginning to twist over. Well, last time this twisted, the bottom was done. Now I don't think that signal makes sense to trade or anything, but it's weird. It's weird. By the time it twisted again, the high was almost in. What else can we look at on the 2 week? Money flow has been crap. Maybe looking for momentum to reverse. VWAP moving to the 0 line. This is the biggest cool. This is the biggest 2 week cool thing. I don't know. Has anyone heard anyone talk about this? 2 week RSI has had all time low. Maybe it's not all time. I think it is all time low. I think it is. I could go and look, but I'm also feeling lazy. I don't feel like doing that. Let's do it this way. This is the coolest. All right, there we go. Let's get rid of. There it is. The lowest RSI ever on the 2 week. Open a new link. There's a way to get rid of all these dots. There it is. I'm going to tweet this. There we go. That is a good tweeter. Twitter loves stuff that's like vaguely not true. Vaguely not true. And it probably is true. It's probably true. The less true it is, the more accurate it, or the better it does on Twitter though. Let's see. Haha, still true. All right, so the post won't do that well. If it wasn't true, it would probably get like 100,000 to 1,000,000 impressions on X. But because it's true, it'll probably get like 3K. There we go. Lowest ever on ever. I mean, that's cool. That is not nothing. For what it's worth, that has meaning. That is showing us how intense this drawdown is. And some people are like, oh, it's not that bad. This is a pretty intense drawdown. This is a very intense drawdown. The fact that the relative strength index on the 2-week says this is the most intense one has meaning. On the 3-week, it's not the lowest. I guess we have that to look forward to potentially. Photo you posted on the post. What photo? Crypto agent, my friend, you have been flagged as spam by the X. Look. I have to hit probable spam. Kinda like it. Yes, I mean we looked at this. I'm not sure like kind of what you're going for here. I mean I just looked at that. I just went over kind of the 2-week RSI, staunch RSI thing. Remember? Like we were just talking about it. And I said, well, this was not a good signal, right? So here's a cross up that didn't play. I mean 14% upside's not nothing, but didn't lead a crazy reversal. I did say though, it seems in the recent history, each time that we have had on the 2-week an upside cross fail, the next time it didn't. So right here, first time it failed, we traded lower. The next time we rallied. This happened back here as well. You pointed, you had this one lined up on your chart, I think. This upside cross did not play at all. Here we go to the next one. Actually, even this one didn't actually play. We still traded lower. And the upside cross finally here did. So, like with your chart, again, I'm not criticizing. This is, I'll send you my bill for this consulting on charting. What you're showing is that when we have a move to the upside, we get an upward cross. Well, yes, because as we're selling off, we are always in the condition of the shorter line below the longer line, which means it has to cross up, right? It has to cross up when you reverse. So that by itself, though, isn't really actionable. That's like just has to happen unless the sell-off isn't very intense and they don't cross, but it's stotch, so it always crosses, right? What like I was explaining is that this tends to work well in trend, right? We're trending up, the crosses up tend to play well. They tend to have a good hit rate. When we're trending down, the crosses down tend to have a good hit rate. Like right here in April, cross down to the 2-week, boom. Cross up, didn't really work. Cross down, boom. Finally, the cross up worked. That was like the 3rd time. The chart you posted though had like this highlighted and this highlighted, but those are the ones that like it worked, right? And also this was in an uptrend, but like you didn't have this highlighted. You had the cross down highlighted up here. Also seems like these cross downs also just like hit better. I mean it's good. It's hopiums. It's good. I like it. I'll take it. I just not someone who has experienced stotch being like honestly that great of a tool. That's my opinion. I also don't use EMAs. I don't like I don't like when you weight data to more recent data heavily. I think it's like a prime setup for chart shenanigans. Here we go, Bitcoin recovering into the last 10 minutes of the hour. Man, I've been talking for an hour waiting for this dang candle. This dang candle, here we go. In the last minutes of the hour, reaching back up to the open. Let's burn that hopium pipe. First didn't have the blood moon. Oh, you're marking out blood moons. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't put that together. Look like Little Mac. I need the hood. Little Mac. I don't think I've ever played Little Mac, but good character. Who's messing with Bitcoin lately? I don't know. I am. We are. People were saying it was Jane Street. I don't know. Yeah. Everybody, nobody. What's up, Lyft? Ticker H graph. What was... Y'all shut up, I like the song. What's up, Wick? Weekly RSI for buy signals. Yep, add Iran conflict to the title. We'll get 1 billion views. What was the... Someone was talking about a stock that was up big at the beginning of the stream. If I just type in investing.com, I'll find it. I think it was it Cloudflare, or was it? Where is my charts? All right. SPX still playing out, dude. This is the slowest BS ever. I can't find it. I think Nimoy, were you talking about it? Who's that? H-Grab. All right. Well, I know that's one you're talking about. That's not what they were talking about because I recognized it, but ScanDisk. There it is. ScanDisk. ScanDisk up. ScanDisk ticker. SNDK. Weird ticker. I like it. I can look at the other one. Look at the graphene one too. Let's see. SNDK. Donkey Kong. Damn. You're right, bro. I mean, that is cooking. Here's this February all-time high. Okay, there's not a lot of history like typically we enjoy with stocks, but yeah. ScanDisk is cooking. I'm not sure what to do with this chart though. Like there's not going to be, we're not going to have extensions here. We don't have like retracements. This chart is just up. That is fire though. Grats to anybody who held this 20x since April of last year. Holy shit. From 2789 April of last year to 725. Yeah, I'm not going to have like much analysis to do here, but I certainly appreciate this chart. Hell yeah. What do we got? Like, there we go. I don't know what to do with it. It's just up. ScanDisk, what? I mean, it makes sense because everything to do with computers, RAM, I think memory, like everything is absolutely skyrocketing. And it used to be kind of contained to like the higher end stuff like DDR5, but I think it's spilling out into everything. I think even like a 5 or an 8 gig or whatever stick from like DDR3 is now like 10x the price it was like 2 years ago. Bro, I don't know what to do with this thing. This looks fire. You want to play the bullishness? I think you just look for a long and you slap the stop loss on it. Right? I don't even know what to do with this. Just send it higher. What was the other one? It's a hit. Giraffe for lift the. Sure, brother. Let's take a peek while the corn is being corny. So close to breakout. We're wrapping up the hour. I don't know why I just did 15 minutes. Wrapping up the hour here. 2 more candles. Great recovery from Bitcoin. from the beginning or the opening of this hour and 4 hour candle. Great recovery. I bet it's about to be noon. I wonder if at noon we'll see that rally continue. Hydrograph. All right, you guys are bringing me just like the craziest charts. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is reminds me of ScanDisk. We just looked at it. Where was this at? From September of 23 till now, this is up 13,000%. Trading at 658. It was as low as 5 cents. What? Why like what Bitcoin? You didn't even like pump. What's up with that? Everything else is going ballistic. What is happening? There isn't going to be too much analysis to be done on this either, though. That's the problem with charts that are like just up and just down. It's like we can kind of like project up or project down, but there's not like a ton to do after that. This ascending trend was very briefly in play, broke out. I think logically we can look for a long on a back test of this trend. This is crazy. What is up with these charts? It makes me... I thought Bitcoin had all the gains. What happened? We got scammed. We got scammed, Sonny. Like, what? Like, why would anyone have bought this here? That's my question. Like, why would anyone have bought it when it was like 5 cents? And then, why would anyone buy it when it was like 25 cents? And then all of a sudden, it was just like dollars. It reminds me of altcoins. Yeah, what the hell is this? 𝐻-Graph. This is a stock. Oh, it's okay. So it's OTC. It's not listed like NASDAQ. It's not. I don't know. OTC, I assume, means that this is not super tradable. It may not have a lot of liquidity either. That could absolutely explain this. You can see these wicks, man. This had no liquidity. So I mean, like, who's buying this here? That makes this harder. It does, though, potentially give it more like upside potential, because there's not going to be a lot of sellers. This is going to be controlled by whoever has like the supply, which is probably, I don't know, like the founders or whatever. Like, who knows? It's kind of crazy though. I'm not even going to guess. I'm not even going to guess at what this is going to go to. I do like both of these trades potentially. It's like a back test whenever this happens. Could happen now. Back test of this trend line to move higher. It'd be around like 428. I also like potentially like this $3 entry. Back testing that previous breakout. Either of them have to come. When maybe you can tell me not tradable. There we go. I mean, that makes all the sense in the world then, right? If it's not tradable. I was going to say, like, it reminds me of charts and like altcoins that are super centralized, where the founders basically pump the chart and there's just no supply to get sold into. And then as soon as buyers come in, you know, people jump into it. It's like, then they just take profit and it gets nuked. It has that kind of lack of any downward pressure vibe to it. Definitely cool. Definitely a cool chart. If it doesn't stop here, obvious, look at $10. Let's look for 10. You guys are bringing me the wildest charts. I trade that junk back. Graphene. So graphene is, we're talking about like nano, like, is graphene like the nano tubes and stuff with graphite, or I don't feel like Googling right now. You guys tell me. Coming to NASDAQ soon. Well, I'm curious. Lift the. Are you? Can you trade this somewhere? Because Randy said you can't. Well, at the monkey, throw the darts at data center. Dude, it's so true, Dinkles. It's like alt season. Old season, all the old seasons of past, not this one. It's like put a blindfold on, get a bunch of darts, and start throwing them, because that was very successful. Not so much this round, but it definitely was in previous rounds. It's too bullish for me to touch. You bought it at $1.60, so how did you do that? I'm really curious. You guys, somebody give me like a 101 on graphene. I'm not going to look it up right now. Interactive brokers, okay. Superconductors, batteries. I mean, energy. Here's the thing that I don't think like really old people get. I'm sorry if you consider yourself a really old person out there listening and you get it, but that maybe is more in line with like millennial, maybe Gen X millennial thoughts, is like there is no future that isn't increasingly energy dependent. No matter what happens, like we are going to maybe even exponentially demand more energy, no matter what it is, right? Or like how the future really looks. The only scenarios where that's not true are scenarios that are like apocalyptic. It reminds me of like Bitcoin. It's like Bitcoin, in my opinion, will succeed no matter what, unless there's some kind of like apocalyptic outcome, right? Where it doesn't really matter. Anything energy based should perform. I mean, as long as they're effectively doing the products and building, right? Profitably, etc. But like everything, batteries, generation, that's why I am blown away why we don't build nuclear, we don't build solar. Like we are using like fossil fuel energy, which is fine, whatever. Not even gonna get into that about the environment or global warming, but like it feels like a very linear path of energy. It's like it's a lot, we can run everything on it, right? But it's like very linear. We need to be building systems that are like compounding energy, that are exponentially creating more energy. And I guarantee economy follows. There's like no freaking outcome in my mind where you build energy like that and it doesn't just virtually instantly create GDP. And I say I think this is a younger mindset because it feels like at least the people in power, and I'm not even talking about just Trump, this is like forever, the people in power just want to focus on these like linear energy paths that I think are just shooting themselves in the foot, right? I don't get it. I don't understand how people are short-minded on that level, like to that degree. It's like, how do you not see this future? Bitcoin is a part of that in its own way of like that energy demand. It's actually a good balancer of energy demand. It keeps energy profitable. If I was president, man, we'd be building nuclear power. Man, we'd be building everything. I would print $1 trillion billion, and I guess it would end up in the pockets of the super rich. But we'd print $1 trillion billion, and we would just build power. We'd build power and infrastructure, and that's it. That's it. I don't understand. It seems like it's that simple. All right, a new hourly is open. The last hour recovered most of its losses, now trading above the previous hourly open. Bitcoin, in my opinion, looking for more highs into today. Looking very likely here. We are pennies away from the previous high of the day, 73.566. We're at 73.523. Looking to break that probably during this live right now. Let's go. More upside, more green. More green, please. 74.5, another 1,000 probably right here. What do we got today? The Phoenix. Sign up with our exchange partners in the video description below. Tagged in the top of the chat. I'm gonna maybe rip open some trades here. Let's see where I'm at. I don't even remember what funds I have though. Okay, got some funds here. It's not the end of the world. Just said a higher number. Why does it say a lower number now? Suspicious is. in use. Okay, there we go. Pull up the FEMEX, our great exchange partner. Working with them. Dude, I think they have been a partner of this channel since like 2022. They're going to be coming up on like 4 or 5 years with this exchange. I will give this to them. This is not they don't pay me to say this, but I'll give this to them. In like almost 5 years working with FEMEX, none of you have come to me with like a serious complaint. Obviously, we complain when our trades lose or whatever, but like I've never heard of anyone losing their funds in any weird ways, issues depositing. I don't know if I've ever really had any issues at all. I'm just realizing that like right now. That's crazy. So we placed these limit shorts a hella long time ago, and they still have not filled. $73.2. 74.5, like 74.5 or 74.6. Active orders. These are looking at I guess these are at 9.5x. Limit 74.6. I feel like this is not the best idea, but I'm bored. I'm bored of not trading. Even if I lose money. Don't be like me. Wait. Oh, did I not change that? I'm an idiot. Well, I didn't mean to do that. I'm an idiot. I thought that I selected Sony. Didn't I? Whatever. 74.6. Wow, user error is real, Sonny. User error, very real. I guess because I just filled here, dope. I'll move this up a little bit. Let's see. I really want 74.6 though. Do it like that because I goofed it up. Already up $1. I'm rich, boys. I'm friggin' rich. We're up $1.90. Woohoo! Rich. 4.6. I thought I moved this up. Oh, okay. It's because I did 100%. Never do 100%. Here we are. Man, take my liquidity. Take it and nuke it. Send it to all-time highs. We're up $2.50 now, boys. So far, so good. $2.44 in the green, live on FEMEX. Thank you, Crypto Knight. Chilling it for me. He says FEMEX's platform is so seamless. So clean. It is. I mean, they've been in the game for a very long time. Like, even before they were like our partners in 22, I promoted them for a long time. Why am I shorting? It's a good question. Well, my portfolio is still hella long. I didn't sell my Bitcoin at the top. So almost any short that I open is a hedge in some way. These are not big shorts though. Like, I just opened this. I didn't mean to open it right here, right now. But this is like $200 a margin. I didn't mean to open this one. Why am I shorting? I guess because the prevailing trend is still down. Even if all these get liquidated, guys, I'll lose like maybe $1,000. And in my risk management, that is not a lot of money. My risk management's... Maybe it should be higher, though. Maybe it should be up here. 80.5. Kind of got that 80.5 already. 79.2. I'll cancel this one. It's a good question, though. I should ask myself that before any trade, as everyone should. Why are you taking this trade? Because I'm very exposed to the downside, I guess. I have that short from 93.5, but it's not big. It's not enough to really offset any kind of downside loss. Tickling. We're about to break up. You've had some issues, but they've jumped on it. Well, David, this is an offer for you and anyone who uses my link to trade on Femex or BYDFi, any of our partners. If you ever have an issue on any of these platforms that I promote, if you use my code, if you use my link, and you have an issue, open a ticket in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. And I will go to them myself and I will say, look, someone in my community has a problem, we got to fix it. I've only ever had to do that for anything like once or twice ever, and it's always gotten fixed. I've tried to do it for other exchanges, and they just don't really, they didn't care. They didn't care as much. They did not do much other places. But that's a big value. Bitcoin trading higher right now. Boom. 73.5. Ethereum broke out, I guess, earlier. Where's my ETH chart? I know Ethereum, I was saying, was looking for, what, 2,500? Still looking good. Boom. Ethereum trade failed. I should have taken this one. Son of a bitch. 1978. Now trading at 2150. The same magnet that we got on Bitcoin. We have on Ethereum right here, 2,500. Same reasoning, same fat cloud on the day. Actually, Ethereum was the first to signal this. Bitcoin lagged after. 73.3. Bitcoin breaking up. 73.5. 73.6. Let's go back to Bitcoin. There it is. 73.7. Let's go. Let's go. Bitcoin making that move. See, this is, you ask, why did I open a short? Because I want it to go up. Giving that liquidity to the universe. It's like you shorted, pump it. 74.6. That was where I meant to place the short that I accidentally opened at market. 74.6. Looking like a logical upside target. We got some extensions sitting up there. Confluence up there. Let's do it. Let's do it. Said it all stream. I guess it's true now. Bitcoin not done for the day. 73.7 and climbing. Beautiful, beautiful green candles. So you gotta love it. You love to see it. We haven't had any of it lately. None of it lately, and here we are. Let's go. Little rabbits. Where do you get them magnets, Crunk? Well, you know, you have to be a certain caliber of a trader to know. They're just in this the little heart symbol on TradingView. Right there. You wouldn't put in a short right now? Yeah, like I said, I didn't mean to open it there. I was looking to place a limit right here. I thought I typed it in, but I must have somehow reset it. That was definitely user error. I messed it up. It's a very, it's $200 of margin. It liquidates at 80.6 thousand. It's not that far, actually. Watch me close it and it'll just rip. It'll rip. Could reverse it. That'd be something. Take that $5 loss. I didn't mean to place it. Now that I took the $5 loss, I'm sorry. I just killed the rally and just prepare for reversal instantly. I closed it. Send it to 80K. 80K is looking good. What's up, JM? Is that the real JM? Let me see. It is the real JM. What's up, bro? There it is. I closed the short. Go ahead. 80K is looking good. I mean, short term, we got numbers to go through. 74.6 was where I was looking for just the immediate move. 76.8. Scalp. Long 71.4. Maybe higher. Maybe higher. I think we have positions placed though. Like 80.5. The thing is, like 80.5, we haven't been seeing these like in let's say from November into Jan. Like we didn't see the previous low hit. It was like kind of a near miss before trading lower. So I don't know if it's too greedy to expect that previous support to be back tested. Might be. But god dang, there goes the 4-hour flipping green as that hourly came to a close. See a lot of rolling over on these lower time frames in the hours. A lot more signaling a continuation here. Back down. Good, good, good. XM. What's XM? HKR. Yeah, dude. Exchanges, they're not known for having good customer service. Oh, let's go. Let's go. This makes me nervous, though. This does make me nervous. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We did it. We called it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Coin finally hit 210. I've been talking about coin hitting 210 since early in February when it hit 150. I thought we had a long at 150 too. I swear to God there was a long there. This makes me nervous though for the rally. Hold up. Coinbase finally hitting 210 here. Great recovery. But this is where I was kind of looking for it to be the end of the line, unfortunately. That's why I say it's making me nervous. So you do tend to see these things move together, coin, Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, etc. That gap up though. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh God. Oh my. Oh my. The Coinbase chart just like does not look bullish to me. You hit all-time high and then you hit a lower low from April. We're looking for a bounce. High confidence in a bounce from 150. Been watching for 210. It finally hit. Like, I'm looking for a lower high. I hate it. I don't want to. I want Coinbase to continue. But But man, hitting 210 might kind of signal the move for today. How did this gap up? What's the news? What's the news on Coinbase? The news is that Bitcoin went up for the first day in like I don't know how many days. That's the news. Is there other news? Zoom out. Oh, I've zoomed out. I've zoomed all the way out, my friend. I do not like this. Flat bottom. 150, man. Profit takers just keep slamming to 150. I guess you can't trade higher than 210. Didn't feel like it a few days ago. But the bigger picture here that I'm looking for is I don't think this is the next move. I don't think that this is what happens. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong. For this to happen, we'd have to see Bitcoin. Honestly, we'd have to see Bitcoin like run. Like 80K, probably not high enough. Probably need that like 114 to see this. I think Coinbase prints a lower high. Wherever that ends up, I don't know. Maybe this is too aggressive, 210. But it wasn't the right direction, the right idea. I think you paint a lower high and you retest 150. You invert this, like this starts to look beautiful, right? Should have kept that short open. The short I accidentally opened. Should have kept it open. Never beat yourself up like that. I'm good at shorting stocks. That's what I've realized. I'm good at shorting stocks. I should probably long Bitcoin and short stocks. Like I'm bad at shorting Bitcoin. Or I have been. I'm good at shorting stocks. Bitcoin making serious, like a meaningful recovery against gold. That's cool. Look at that. This is probably the driver, honestly, of like this whole move. Is that gold and silver fell and that pushed the Bitcoin gold pair up. I feel like algorithms are chasing that. No, Corn, no. I opened it right here. You made 100K in gold today, but lost 52K to greed. So you made 48K today. That's an unrealistic amount of money to make in a day. Congrats. You're not financial advice, my brother, but Vultures, stop trading today. Be done trading today, bro. Just be done. Walk away with 48K. Walk away. Put it in your pocket, walk away. When you buy crypto, it goes down. When you sell crypto, it goes up. It's weird how that works, isn't it? It's like actually weird how that works. It feels personal too. It's like it's waiting for you to do it. Nvidia still down off of the biggest, best earnings ever because stocks are gibberish. Markets are a scam. I think it's really just markets are a scam. Markets are bullshit. DJI recovered from yesterday. I didn't even see it traded down to 47.6. That's a nice candle for the day. Let's see what it's got. Show me what you got. What if DJI never trades to 50K again? Never again doesn't even make sense. But like this year, that'd be wild. I think it's all. I think markets look toppy, man. Especially if you just factor in Bitcoin, right? And you can say this is crazy. Why would you think this way? But you factor in Bitcoin. Bitcoin all-time high October obviously entered like a bear market. You look back at Bitcoin's tops and bottoms. It tends to top and bottom first, and then stocks. I won't say follow Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is just like ahead. You toppy. You look at the SPX, dude. This shit has been at 7,000 forever since the last year. It's been at 7,000. You look back into last year, April, we had a sell-off. Man, maybe we're looking at the exact same move. If the SPX trades down to 6,100, I will open. I should do this now. I should do it before. I'll open a 401k and a Roth because I told you guys back in like March, April of last year, I was like, guys, stocks are down like 25%. I'm going to open a 401k. I'm going to max it out. And I just didn't freaking do it in time. And it started recovering, and it was like, by the time I had the pieces in motion, it was just like decided not to. I'm not going to miss that opportunity again. I probably won't max it out at 6,100, but I'll throw, I don't know, like what, 10 grand or whatever it is. I think you do like 16 a year. Maybe I'll do 8. I'll do it. And then I'll own stocks again. I haven't owned stocks in 10 years. Ooh. Yeah. Tether dominance. I like this signal of weakness. Tether dominance losing the bull flag. Interesting. Interesting. Probably not so interesting. Probably doing this instead. Doing what it just did. Bitch. Until tether dominance actually breaks down, it's going to be really hard to be bullish for any meaningful amount of time. That's a good breakdown, though. I thought this was going right for all-time high. Another example, as I've been saying through this stream, that you look at a 4-year cycle and you apply it to now, we're months away from the bear market bottom, right? We'd be looking in Q4, October of this year, many months. But you look at some of these other charts and they look like they're very close to the bear market bottom. So that means we either have a long sideways or up period in this year coming, or we're not following the 4-year period cycle. Don't know. It's weird. Or it'll be the most intense bear market ever, right? Everything goes to zero. I'm not too worried about that. How much lower do you think we'll go? I do freaking hate right now. Probably not at all. I think that this is just a higher lower and continue up. The only thing I don't like right now about this is Coinbase. Coinbase hitting 210. I'd have to be wrong about Coinbase, which is definitely possible. But this is, I mean, after this gap up, I think Coinbase is going to look to head back at least to like 186. Right? And if Coinbase reverses here for the day, if the high is in for Coinbase for the day, probably the high is in for Bitcoin for the day. And I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable. What a candle. 15% today. Bitcoin's up like 5%, 6%. Like in the 30s. For like a Bitcoin bear market bottom. That would line up with other bear markets. Like 30s. Don't be afraid of 30s. It's not guaranteed to come, but don't be afraid. That would be par for the course. I think Ethereum still has upside. We started off this hour so strong, Bitcoin. What are you doing? Coming back to 71.4. There's a long position at 71.4 for the right to taker. They're going to play that to like 80.5. Not a lot of there's no fib confluence really there, but that was the resistance. It's a clean break. If we do see selling, I think that's where it's going to take us. All my life. I see going straight to 80. So my bros, if we're going to do, so here's the thing, like it comes down to what you think is happening with price action. Do you think that the bear market is over? Right? The bear market is over. Maybe we get the pullback and then we move like to 80. Slower. If you think this is a dead cat bounce, which it's probability leans that way. I hate being bearish on Bitcoin, but reality is reality. Probability is going to lean that way. If it's dead cat bounce, it's probably going to move there fast without pullbacks. The more exciting this move is up, the more likely it is to be a fake move. The slower it is, and I'll give it to it, man, since February, this has been slow as hell. Been super slow. If it continues being slow and continues crawling up, you got a better shot. But if we're just looking for a dead cat bounce, I don't think you're getting a strong pullback. I think you're going to see it move quickly. You're going to whip up some excitement, some FOMO, and then people are going to buy the top. If we do see a pullback before, if it's not a straight move up, 71.4 is probably the logical place to look. 71.4, 71.5. Some pretty cool stuff. I mean, it's got some lower time frame, pretty cool stuff going on. I think that we are moving up still. I think that even if it trades a little lower than here, I think that we are still inching up. 74.6 looks, it's like, it would be weird if it didn't test it. Do I think 50s? What am I thinking 50s? USDT lower high on the 2-month chart. USDT lower high versus the bear market bottom. Yes. I don't think it's off the table though. That's a problem. Where did USDTD go? There it is. Lower high. I guess on the 2-month chart, I assume you're looking at the bear market bottom. Yes, it's a lower high for now. That is not a good way to look at this chart though, in my opinion. I mean, look at what just happened and we moved towards all-time high. We had this very similar price action, like falling wedge. You pulled back right before the all-time high, and this is like what I'm talking about all stream. It's like you're so close already to the bear market bottom for dominance. It's hard to imagine a scenario though where this doesn't break all-time high. Do you agree? Like, don't you guys agree that the bear market bottom for crypto and Bitcoin likely exists, or is likely going to be signaled by a higher high on Tether dominance? You could probably look at stablecoin dominance too, and Tether dominance is just easy and convenient to look at. But I doubt we see the bear market bottom without 9.5 breaking. I doubt it. Like you've held higher lows since its inception and higher highs. I think that's a logical move. Don't want it to be true. I want this to nuke, and anything's possible, you know? Anything's possible. It can nuke. We could go back down, have a crazy bull run again. But man, I'm just not ready. I'm not seeing anything else that would like support that concept, right? ASML, what's happening to you? We're mixing a bunch of stocks in today with the Bitcoin. As Bitcoin is teasing us, we got to keep our minds busy. Still holding the low. We had trades on here. What happened to him? ASML still looks great. If we see 1250 on ASML, I might even jump in. Netflix, this is interesting. I almost thought that this was the Coinbase chart for a second with this gap. It's weird that Netflix also had a little gap like this. Not the same chart, but Coin, did I nail you? Did I nail you, Coin? God, I hate this. I wish this climb had been slower on Coin. Strategy, what are you doing? Samey says Microstrategy or strategy. Weird name change. Same gap up. This call is crazy. $73,000 on the corn. Strategy looks good. Looks good to hear. Not good overall. We did nail the top. How much lower do you think we will go, Railton? When? What time frame are you talking? You talking today? Are you talking this year? Are you talking ever? Are you talking in this hour? Need time frame. VWAP. Ooh, you know what? Made 4K. Thank you, man, for reminding me. I have not looked at VWAPs in quite some time. They're in play for sure. Let's get back to that, right? What's the current chart? WAP. Bitcoin VWAP. Let's see. From January. Riggedy wrecked. These are all VWAPs. You know, I've been talking about levels all day. And 74.6 or something. And I just totally failed to notice that that's April's low. That's so much more confluence. Hold up. Crap, was this playing Rihanna? Don't play Rihanna. Stop playing copyrighted music, YouTube. That's not what I want. Here we go. 74.6. 74.6. I'm actually going to move this back down to 74.6. So you saw it. There it is. VWAPs. That's where I was at. VWAPs. Let's get rid of a lot of this. Yeah, I just didn't even, man. Charts will get to you. Let's get rid of a lot of this. It's valid. I'll keep that. All these VWAPs are up here. Too many. I don't even know why I'm making a copy. I should just start a new one. Let's take a look at this. Good reminder. Anchored VWAP. Let's go. Let's take the all-time high. 87. Very, very optimistic. Let's take the bear market bottom. Where are we at there? Very close to price. 55. I don't think that was perfect. Close enough. Interesting. Let's take the high from here. Boom. Ugh. That's not good. ETF. $80.5. You get a lot of confluence around 80.5. Are we above or below the VWAP? Well, both, depending on which you're looking at. Let's take the year, just this year. We are below, pretty much we're below any VWAP from the last few years. From the start of this year, 77, 76.8. from our rejection in January. 74.5, right around that low from April. That low from April is threatening for sure. We really found like support very briefly, did not come back. Now we're reaching up to it. Very threatening. VWAPs are not favoring us right now. Pretty much no matter where you take them from, the VWAPs are resistance. The only VWAPs below us are from like very long time ago. Previous bull run. Let's see here. Nope. Yeah, VWAP's not very bullish. Right about damn. Yeah. The VWAPs don't have a good story for us. The only thing really that I can get from VWAPs here is just reinforcing the levels we already have. Really reinforcing the levels we already had. Congress going to vote on war powers today? I have no idea. Do you think 100K rebuild? $100K? We'll get to 100K someday. 100K is still on the table. Like, it's still on the table or close to 100K. Even if we're just like seeking out a bear market low into the end of the year. Like, it's still on the table. I don't see a reason to be targeting it at the moment. But 80.5 is very juicy. Lots of liquidity there. Which quotes Alien? What's up, bro? October 23 at 74K. Wait, October 23 at 74K. October. Good to be back. What's up, Casper Measure? Good to see you. What's up, Vegas Claw? No, we're not playing Cardi B. I need Bitcoin at 500K, so I can quit my job. Me too, man. Me too. I thought we'd be at 1 million by now when I started. Facebook cut into Coinbase app. I have no idea. VWAP October. Okay. 23. There you go. Fell below. Almost, it feels like no matter where you draw the VWAP from, it is resistance. Like, all of the average price of coins bought over the last, the entire cycle is above current price. It's a good argument for a retracement higher than we've seen. That's liquidity. But it is not a bullish sign. There's nothing bullish about it. The only VWAPs that are below us are from like bear market bottoms or previous cycles. They can act as support. In fact, the bear market bottom gives us support at about 54K. Pretty close to the 200 week. But man, this is grim. It's grim there. Everyone buy their Bitcoin all at once. Kevin Warsh is selected by Trump. Is it locked in, Randy? Because we've been hearing that for a while. Is it locked in? Tamati, 1 million, really? Yes. When I started in crypto, 2017, I thought Bitcoin by now would be at 1 million. Yes. To be fair, I mean, I didn't know shit about shit. I didn't know shit about charts. I didn't know shit about trading or investing. But to be fair, also started like around here. And so I saw price go from like 2-3K to 5, back to 3, to 7, back to 5, to 10, to 20. So you see that price action. You see it go from 3K to 20K in less than a year. It's almost a 10x. And then you say, okay, where will we be in almost 10 years? Yeah, 1 million. That's what I thought. I don't really know anymore. Now I don't really have an idea of what I think Bitcoin will be at in any amount of time. I think that there's absolutely potential for it to surprise us to the upside the same way it's surprised us in the bad way to the upside over these years of not going up. I still think it's possible. Trump selects himself to replace Powell. We were joking about that here. How long till Trump calls Warsh a total moron? As soon as he doesn't do exactly what Trump tells him or something bad happens. Cut interest rates and big. Here's the problem though. We've seen interest rates cut. We've had interest rates being cut and Bitcoin hasn't gone up. I don't think interest rate cut equal Bitcoin go up. I don't think, it is bullish. It should be bullish for Bitcoin, but I don't think it's that kind of correlation. It got us. Rumors of Elon using XRP, bro. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna remember when Elon actually said, not like a rumor. Remember when he actually said like Doge, they would use Doge? Never gonna happen. I love Doge, never gonna happen. All right. Corn. 2 hours. It's time, boys. Bitcoin has been very exciting today. Chilled out over the last hour, but we caught a little bit of the pump. We'll be back when it pumps more. Gold and silver having down days. Some stocks trading very interestingly, like Coin up at 210, finally hitting our short target. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. USDTD dominance breaking down, signaling some bullishness. I'm not convinced yet. We'll have to see that decline further, but it is a good signal, at least for the short term. We looked at some charts like HGraph and ScanDisk, which are absolute beasts. Very hard to trade when it's just moving up. Cloudflare. Oh, wait. Cloudflare's up, but that's not what we looked at today. Circle's up more, which is weird. Stocks seem to be regaining some of their losses from this week, but it's just not quite there. Still down overall. The dollar giving everything a break. Maybe the largest factor in today's rally is finally a red day on the dollar. Might see some more retracement on that into this week. What else we got? It's kind of it. MicroStrategy, maybe even surprising me, maybe actually going for the 170. A nice gap up. We see that on Coin. I don't really love gaps up. The scream squeeze to me. They scream unsustainable move, but it is what it is. I think Bitcoin still has more gas in the tank into this week. 80.5 is a great target. Good probability that we see price move there. Lots of liquidity. Lots of everything. It's all there. Oh, I'm not on the day. It's all there. Great places to look too short. I did place some live trades today. Accidentally market filled. Closed it. Here are the... Thought I opened more than that. Oh, I just dragged it down for some reason. Anyway, here's the orders placed today. The only real positions I have open on the corn. Looking for potential shorts here. 74.6, great place to look. 80.5, I had that one there and then I removed it accidentally. Let's do it like that. 84,000 to fill the CME gap. Bitcoin now looking like it wants to move up as soon as I start wrapping up, as always. Typical. I think we got more upside. If we break out again today, we'll go live. I think I'm getting my hair cut later, probably looking at a few houses. Make sure you join us in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Like, subscribe, enable notifications. We're live here daily covering everything that moves, and you should be here too. And we're going to wrap it up there. I love you guys. Appreciate you tuning in, spending your time with me. If I didn't get to your comments, I'm sorry. It happens, but I do appreciate them, and I still try to do my best to cover them all. Let's go. Let's get a little more green gum. Crown out.